Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Abyss here, and welcome back to another Deadman mode video. This is the first time I've ever made a video that is kind of commentary and a little bit of explanations to my builds and the way that I decided to run my account this season. So usually I've been running Deadman mode series called Ending Deadman Mode Careers. I think I made it to like 14 or 13 episodes of that or something like that. I know I had like a 12.5 in there somewhere, so I don't know, I made a bunch of them, and it's basically just like my clips from every Deadman mode season. I kind of thought it would be kind of a cool way, because like obviously you have like a Deadman account, and when you die, you're kind of, usually if you die for a good amount of stuff, usually people quit, and so it's kind of like ending Deadman mode careers. But that is pretty much that. Don't really think I'm going to be doing those anymore. If I do, it would be something in the future, and it would probably be a more like advanced project and stuff like that, not just simply dumping my clips into random PK videos with random music. Anyways, not to talk about that too much, what I did decide to do this season was I went range mage with Ivan Blast on day 1, and I'm not gonna lie, it worked very well. It was very good. I pretty much ran into no problems. I could pretty much defeat anybody I ran into, and it was probably the most fun I've ever had on day 1. The only quest I really needed to do in order to make this build work was obviously Underground Pass and the pre-quest for that, and in order to maintain the stats I needed and 50 attack, I had to go and do waterfall quest. So that's pretty much what you're just seeing on the screen. It's me just training the account and going through the process of that. So one thing I did in order to make money originally is something you probably wouldn't think is a good idea, and quite honestly it's not. What I did was I made several accounts members with bonds and did runs of Security Stronghold for the first hour, doing it as efficiently as I could and as quickly as I could. I think each run only took me about 6 minutes, taking all of the stuff off of the accounts, and I think it's pretty much fair game to do that, because I mean people make alt accounts for fishing and crafting and stuff like that, or agility pyramid, and then they just take the money off and put it on their main, and that's pretty much what I did. I just decided to do Security Stronghold runs. So anyways, getting into the PKing, when the account build was finally complete, I ran into this guy in Catherby. He was killing a friend of mine while I think he was fishing, or he was losing his skull, and you guys can see firsthand how powerful this build is. Obviously I did take some donations from viewers and a couple friends that just really wanted to help me out so that I can get the best content out as quickly as possible, and I know that some people don't agree with that, but it's just going to be one of those things where it's kind of like mixed opinions. I see Deadman mode as something that doesn't last very long, and I want to get you guys the best PKing content possible in the shortest amount of time. If I'm wasting my day doing things like fletching and smithing or agility pyramid or whatever, I'm not going to be able to get you guys the quality clips and the quality streams that I want to deliver. And it's not to say that I don't think that I have an advantage over people or something, because I know that I do, and I would love it if Deadman mode could be a game that actually lasted more than a couple of days or even a week. And so I can't justify not giving you guys that kind of content and not using my platform in a way that would give me an opportunity to produce the type of stuff that I want to give you guys, just so that I can say that I earned every single thing by earning it myself. Like, I really just want to PK. That's what Deadman mode is. It's a PKing based game. It's not really supposed to be something like Iron Man. And if you don't agree with me, I mean, I guess we're just gonna have to agree to disagree. But anyways, the point is, this build is really strong. So I did manage to use Ivan Blast quite a bit here. As you can see, it's really accurate. Also, these bolts are really accurate too. Emerald bolts enchanted are extremely overpowered early. They proc almost every other hit, and that increases accuracy and re-poisons the target. Now, most people might think like, okay, well, what's the poison? Like, it's not really that important, but it really is. If somebody's 50 HP on day 1 and they're getting hit 5s from poison consecutively, that is an insane amount of damage. That's 10% of their HP. Venom on the regular game from Toxic Staff and Blowpipe does 20% of their HP, so it's about half as good as Venom is. And not only that, it's extremely accurate, and they're low defense, so they die like pretty quickly. We managed to get this kill in Catherby. It didn't take too long. Pretty decent kill. Mind you, this is only a couple hours since the game mode has been out, maybe like 6 or 7. And as you can see, blue D-hide kill, got some coins and some mystic items. Might not seem like that much, but on the first day, this early into the game, it's actually pretty freaking good, and it's actually very helpful. And it does help build up the bank. The key wasn't the best. We got pretty much junk in the first key, and his key wasn't the best either, but I mean, lobsters and mud runes, day 1 lava runes and stuff, I mean, we're a couple hours into the game at this point. Anyways, this kill here was quite insane. So I was bank fighting this guy in Castle Wars for a little bit, and I noticed somebody teleport in with Zami robes and also some Mystic boots and gloves. Now, usually I would be like, I'm not leaving my bank fight. I'm going to clear this guy or I'm going to kill this guy. But something in me just was like, nah, I'm going to screw the bank fight and I'm going after this guy. So I literally just took off in the middle of the fight and started chasing him down. And I was getting really, really annoyed because for some reason my bolts just weren't hitting. This guy has literally 0 defense bonus. If you check all the stats on the items he's wearing, he has no overheads. It doesn't seem like he's healing that much, so I don't think he had the best food, probably like lobsters or swordfish. And for some reason, even with the rune crossbow, emerald bolts, potted, eagle eye, and everything, I was still hitting zeros and hitting low numbers. And every time he'd hit me back, he was actually hitting with firebolt or whatever he was using. And I was getting a little bit annoyed here because I was like, well, shit, he's going to get to ogres and he's going to get away. And I had already pretty much committed to the kill, so I followed through with it till the end, even through the ogres. I think he had several opportunities here to teleport out. As you can see right there, I hit another 0. I was just getting triggered at this point. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to follow this guy all the way to the end. Even if he makes it through, I'm just going to commit to it and see what happens. So just keep in mind how many low numbers I hit. I just hit a 2, I hit a 1, I hit a 5. Just think about this for a minute. I hit a 9. Like, I'm not saying I should max on him every single hit, but I just felt like overall my hits on him were pretty bad in comparison to other people I was fighting. So as he gets closer and closer to the door, mind you, I have no idea what this guy has on him. As he gets closer and closer to the door, there's another 2. I just continue following through with the kill. I missed the bind in front of the first door, and then I proceeded to take him out for the kill on the second door. Now, I'm hitting all these low numbers. There's another 2, and right as he opens the door and gets around the corner, I hit the 4 and kill him on the other side. Now, look at this loot. Dragon arrow tips. There's a glory in there, a bank key, a whole bunch of stuff. There's just a whole nature runes, a bunch, and that's a good kill, man. That's a really good kill this early. And Deadman was alive, or was only alive for maybe 8 hours or 9 hours at this point. And I'm just like, what the hell, man? Dragon arrow tips, all this other stuff. Gotta be a good kill. I didn't manage to get it, but one of my viewers, actually several of my viewers, ended up running over there and looting stuff. One of them managed to get a couple of items, and he gave me what he got, which was very, very helpful and very nice of him. So big shout out to him for being a good guy and being honest. He definitely didn't have to give me that. The worst part about that kill, though, was simply that he told me in my chat after he had 5 dragon stones and 2 D-longs in the bank, and he was the only person that could hunt certain imps at that point. So I was pretty triggered, and then we went, after that, we just went over to West Drags, and we finished up a kill here. For some reason, the first part of the clip cut out, but we did manage to pick up the kill for a bunch of dragon bones, dragon hides, and some decent loot in the bank as well. After that, headed on over to Edgeville Dungeon, where I'd run across a guy with a green skull. Now, he was saying that he was in stream and stuff like that, and I mean, honestly, at this point, I had like 3.3k viewers, so there wasn't really anybody in the game who kind of wasn't watching the stream. And mind you, I had pretty much the best build, so nobody could really touch me. Nobody could really, you know, contest when I got on them, especially since I had like overheads and stuff as well. Anyways, we did pick up the kill on this guy just 2 steps off the ladder. I was not willing to go out that ladder given the state of the game and how early it was. I was not willing to risk all this stuff. But it was a pretty decent kill, good amount of nature runes. Blue D-hide early on was good as well, and we went from 2 keys to 5. So that was actually a really, really, really good kill, especially since we got potions and stuff off of it as well. And yeah, overall, I was really happy about that. I don't remember what exactly was in the keys, but the clip is going to show it in just a second. Also, we had a pretty decent cash pile there, about 4 or 5k, and that was actually, I mean, like, all these things add up. So yeah, here's the keys. We had about 15 to 30k in all the keys. Actually, there's a 42k key in there as well. Mind you, this is day 1, guys, so these keys might not look like they're anything special, and really they're not. But on day 1, anything you get is good, like 100 lobsters, 50 lobsters, you know, 2 pea pots, like that all adds up. So yeah, after that, headed on over to Al Kharid, where I came across a little squad of PKers. Each had like quite a few keys. I think this guy had like 5 keys, and his friend had a few keys as well. They were going in and out of the fire altar, but I had the talisman, so I could follow them in and out. After like 10 minutes of doing that with them, he decided to dip south and go into multi. I decided I wasn't going to chase it in, but then like I got so close to killing him that I was like, alright, YOLO, I have to do it. I kind of like took a big risk here, and honestly this wasn't worth it looking back. I mean, even though he has a DDS and stuff, like consider my build and what I have at stake, and the Iban staff and everything else, like the runes, the crossbow, and I just ran straight in after I one hit him and tried looting. This could have been a lure. Like imagine this was like an actual team or something and not just like a couple noobs with DDSs. But all in all, I mean, it ended up working out for me. We got the supplies off of him. We got a dragon dagger. We also got some cash and a couple of keys. Mind you, the keys were not good at all. They were actually pretty much junk. I think he was specking out like woodcutters or fishers. But hey, I'll take a free DDS on day one. I mean, who wouldn't? Alright, so basically day one was pretty good, although it was a little bit dead and it was kind of hard to get kills given the fact that we were XP capped. So I decided I would call it quits there. I left out a couple kills, but overall it was pretty much impossible to really get big kills. Anyone who had a good amount of gear was either stacked on food and supplies and wasn't going to die to 60 range and 50 magic, or they were just too high level or in a different area. So I decided to end stream and we went back the next day, and pretty much immediately after capping, within 5 minutes of starting the stream, this is what I run into. And I don't want to spoil any of this because this was actually a really good fight. So I'll let the fight play out with some music and I'll give you guys the last bit of my reaction at the end.
This is a homage beat.
Bye-bye. Good night. Good night. Holy motherfucker, yo, that is a booty loot kill right there. That is a big ass fucking kill right there. Alright, so in this scenario here, I was bank fighting this guy in Castle Wars for maybe like 15-20 minutes, and eventually he lost his skull and started to run for Yanil. I chased it without banking, thinking like he was lower supplies than I am, which he probably was, but that wasn't really where the issue lies. So as I chase him, as you notice, my supplies are getting lower and lower, and I'm not really talking about food. I was actually completely fine on food. But what the issue was my restores. So I'm on a German world here, and this is the world that is kind of hard to get food out of the bank. That'll make a little bit more sense in a second. So as he goes through the ogres, I kind of lose contact with him because NPCs are just PJing, and he eventually gets a smooth teleport out. Now at this point, I'm pretty much on like no prayer. I have a few sips of restore left, couple food. I'm fine. I should live. No big deal. and I decided, you know what, screw it, let's just go back to Castle Wars and bank. And the guy who was behind me over to the east was actually a scout, and a bunch of guys from Tatsa decided to rush me. So I'm not going to spoil what happens here, but I'll let you guys see the clip and then talk about what happens at the end. So yeah, I'm not going to beat around the bush or make any excuses for this whatsoever. I messed up hard and I paid the price for it. We did take a fat L and ended up dying. The only excuse I can really offer was it was a German world and I was having trouble taking stuff out of the bank. Basically, my thought process here was if I brew down, I'm not going to be able to damage him. If I can't damage him, I won't be able to get stuff out of the bank. So as you can see, he knifed me down pretty hard. I had no prayer left because I used all my restores on the way in, and I didn't have any resources because I couldn't get stuff out of the bank. Maybe I was just panicking. Maybe it was just, I needed to try a few more times, and perhaps if I brewed down, I would have been able to get out some more supplies and then, eventually teleport. Now, like I said, bonehead mistake on my part. Kind of an embarrassing death, but it is what it is. I'll take an L there. I'll hold it. I'll own it. It is what it is. That's the game mode. I can't be angry or upset for dying in Deadman mode. That is what it is, and that's the way that the game mode is played. In order for me to enjoy the way that Deadman mode is, I have to be able to accept the fact that, what, sometimes you die, sometimes it's BS, or sometimes it's your own fault, or whatever, and that's just the way that it is. So, good fight to those guys. At this point here, I didn't really have much left. My bank was pretty much a couple items that I didn't lose, and a little bit of stackable items like brews and restores that were in the bank. Now I didn't have anything, like I said, so I couldn't really mage or rebuild by regularly PKing. So I figured the only thing I can really do is use my brews and restores to my advantage and try and outlast people at the pyramid, and pretty much just like rag the pyramid until I eventually kill a few people and make a bit of money back. So that's pretty much what I did, and for the most part it actually kind of worked out. So I'll let you guys look through a few of these clips. They're really not anything special, but they're definitely rebuild worthy, and this is something that other people could do with a fairly small bank, and it is actually a pretty viable method, or at least it was on day 2. I don't know about anymore, but yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of low levels here. A lot of people that are like already skulled up and they're kind of low supplies, and you can anti-PK them if you pick them off properly. But the ragging at Agility Pyramid was actually a lot of fun. It's just kind of annoying because like you got to go through the pyramid over and over again, and there's so many stalls, and it's so easy to get gap. But I mean, it can actually be quite profitable for early Deadman. This is probably something I would check out once again the next time, maybe like very early into the season on day 1 even. But yeah, here guys, take a look at the clips, and yeah, enjoy. Alright, so this here isn't exactly a kill, but I just thought it was hilarious. I wanted to throw it in. I couldn't actually believe that this happened, and I didn't even think it was possible to do something like this. Now, mind you, this guy definitely had a ton of food. Like, we're talking full inventory of brews type of shit. But check this out. I managed to attack this guy at the agility pyramid, and he actually ran from agility pyramid, which is at the very bottom of the RuneScape map, like near Narda, like literally at the end of the game. You can check the mini map and see that there's like a whole bunch of black, like it looks like on like it's like some flat earth type of shit. And he ran from here all the way to the Shanty Pass, through the Alcarid Gate, and into the safe zone in Lumbridge to escape. I could not believe that this guy managed to pull this shit off. We got a combo right here. Oh my god, he actually did it. He's no food. This is... What? Yeah, I literally couldn't believe that that guy managed to run like a RuneScape Lumbridge marathon. Like someone in my chat literally made a new Twitch account called Lumbridge Marathon and was just trolling, pretending to be that guy. Mind you, this guy also came in the chat as well because he realized there was a lot of people watching him. I think he got some PMs and stuff. I think he said he had like 300k cash and like some rune items or something, so that actually would have been a good kill. The only thing that's annoying about that is that he was literally no food, and if I was like not being greedy or just like trying to be cocky with my MSB specs, I probably could have launched maybe like 3 or 4 MSB specs into him while he was running. Mind you, they would have been through prayer, but because I was hoping to smite him and I wanted to get an MSB spec off prayer, I didn't spec once throughout the entire run that was literally like 10 minutes long. But yeah, fair play to that guy. Just thought it was funny and figured I'd throw it in while going through some of these clips. But yeah, let's get back to the PKing. Am I gonna hit zeros? I'm hitting fucking zeros. Unreal. Okay, I think I got him. Fucking noob. So yeah, basically I did end up pulling together enough money through killing agility pyramid guys to get back in mage. So once I got my Ivan Blast back, it was pretty much smooth sailing from here on out. I didn't manage to pull together too many kills, but there was this one and a couple others. But I think this is around where we're going to end the video for today. I didn't really want to make these videos 2-3 days at a time. I kind of wanted to make them pretty much every day, but I've been streaming like 12, 14 hours, 10 hours, and it gets a little bit difficult to edit and produce a video on top of streaming and actually getting a little bit of sleep and food and social interaction in my day. But I'm going to try my best to put out a stream and a video every single day for the course of the Deadman mode season that is currently running. So I don't want to give you guys too many spoilers or anything, but I'm assuming that a lot of you guys have probably already seen my streams and stuff. But yeah, the next one is going to be pretty good. Definitely check out the next video that comes out tomorrow or later today, depending on when I get a chance to edit it. We got Gmail now, and a lot better gear, a lot better build, and I really want to get that video up because it's going to be sick. Anyways guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video and checking it out. I'm sorry if it was a little bit boring. Day 1 and 2 can be kind of repetitive or kind of boring, considering the fact that every single time it's pretty much the same. I tried to diversify a little bit and go with as OP of a build as I could come up with. But yeah guys, definitely check out the links in the description. Check me out on Twitter. Also, definitely check out the Twitch channel if you're not already following me over there. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. And if you are a subscriber to my Twitch channel, remember to join the Discord server and come hang out with us. Also, we'll be doing some more giveaways and stuff later on this week on the Twitch channel. I know I've been slacking on them because of demo mode, but we will catch up, I promise. Anyways, guys, once again, thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.